What's goody?
What's good, everybody? My name is Jay. My co-host to my left is Taj, and this is episode 27. Episode 27 of the Divine Departure podcast. We missed y'all. We haven't been doing a video in a minute. I feel like
We
that's
almost
like,
almost hit the big 3-0.
bro. You
So
know what's funny? I feel like we preface this with the same logic all the time. Yeah, we haven't put a video out in a minute.
look, this the thing though. This the thing. When anime is on a slump, we on a slump. And then
That's
when
true.
it
That's
start picking
true.
back up, then we start picking back up. So I just had this conversation with someone else. It's like Hollywood and the anime industry like kind of like took a step back during COVID, and I feel like we're finally on the other side of COVID. Like I feel like we're picking up the pace in terms of like things that are coming out that are like of quality, you know. Um, so on the movie side of things, I'm gonna just touch on it. We got John Wick 4. If you haven't seen this movie called The Old Guard on Netflix, go check it out. Part two's coming out this year. So there's, obviously, Marvel's gonna be doing their thing. Ant-Man just came out, which we'll have an episode where we review that once we go see it. It's still new. It's
Yeah.
still it's still new. We're still within a week, so
To
we're
be
good.
honest, I heard some very mixed reviews about it, but we'll get it
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
done. We'll get it done for
We'll
sure.
put an episode to that. But yeah, then on the anime side of things, it's we're kind of on the other side. 2023 is gonna be a big year, and so things are slowly starting to come out. So we'll get into what's trending. I'll see if I can find that clip that got the dates of everything on my phone of when everything's dropping. But
Got
for
you,
now,
got you.
let's get into this My Hero. Let's
All
get into
right.
this My Hero.
So, what you thought, bro? What you thought about? Well, I guess my first question for you is
Mhm.
how did you feel about how are you feeling about all of the events that has transpired as of today, as
I
of
don't
this
like.
past episode?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, okay. I'll say what I like first. I like how quickly Deku has been able to like combine the powers. I thought that would be a long, drawn out process, but he's been portrayed as like an intellectual type of person, so it makes sense that he's able to like blend the powers together really quickly. So that's nice. I thought that was gonna take episodes upon episodes, but he's already like, let me mix this with that with this, and then let me. So I like that. I thought that was gonna take a while, so that's good. Um, I like how we're getting into the gray area things, like you're not all the way a hero, but you're not all the way a villain, but it's like based off of your history and your circumstances. Like I really the longer they stay in this gray area, I think the better it'll be because then it makes you question like what side you're on type of thing. Now obviously heroes is going around just murking innocent people. So I mean villains is going around murking innocent. Like I'll never be okay with that. But when you have what's her name, Miss I don't remember her
Miss
name. It already left me. I just
Nova,
saw
Miss
it.
Nova,
I
Miss
was just watching
Nova.
it. But when you got her as a spy for like the dark side of the hero society, and her job is to just kind of off people before they could even commit the crime. Like she was offing people that was just planning on maybe committing a crime, and just straight offing them. So that's not okay. So is she a villain? Is she a hero? Because she was just following orders from like the hero like department type thing. So I like that. I like that gray area, and it's making Deku kind of question where he is and where his values are and things like that. All of that is good. All of that is good.
So
The
what's the
longer that,
bad?
so that's the good. The bad, useless All Might. Like, okay, look, if All Might's gonna be useless, that's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But why give him screen time? Why are we seeing him? What like
Well, bro,
I don't think if he's gonna be useless, I don't want to see him. Leave him. how it was before. Like he's off somewhere watching it on TV, like living his like that's okay. But why is he out in the field?
Well,
And
bro, he has
just
he
let him.
he he has a purpose, right? And I think the reason why I love this dark era of, or this gray area, this dark time that it
Yeah.
used to be with One for All, and now it is now. But the reason why I like this gray area, and the reason why I think All Might plays a really big role, is I would say off of this episode, like Deku is going through he's going through changes, right? And we could all see that. And that's
Hmm.
kind of something that I think most people would leave Deku the way he is. You know what I mean? I don't think most people would want him to change. But I think that the show got 10 times more serious the more we're seeing heroes getting capsized, uh, the public image of heroes being very tainted and tarnished. On top of that, you know what I mean? We have heroes that are showing their worth, even though
Okay, but
they
how
made
does this?
they made a lot of
Where
mistakes.
does All Might come into play?
The reason why, and I'm kind of not going quickly to
Yeah,
the
that's what
point,
I'm
so my
saying.
apology. But the reason why I say that All Might plays a really big role into this particular situation, this particular dark time, is that Deku needs somebody. He can't just do this by himself. And I think the reason why they portrayed All Might in this situation, helping Deku, is because All Might and Deku are kind of the same type of people. They're the same type of people because they would help 1,000, 1,000,000 people, and they would get hurt in the process, and they wouldn't care as long as they help that person. Like, they're not worried about themselves; they're worried about everybody
Okay, let
around
me
them.
be
So,
specific. Let me be specific.
wait, let me finish. Let me finish my thought.
I agree with everything you said.
Let me finish my thought. Let me finish my thought. So I think that the reason why we've seen All Might helping or trying to be helpful, which is not really being helpful, is because of the fact that All Might is trying to provide I wouldn't even say a friendship, but he's trying to provide like a feeling of comfort for Deku to say, hey, like you have a lot of pressure on your shoulders. You have a hell of a burden. You're not here alone. Like I'm here to sit there with you, to help you, to like All Might is giving him food because Deku is running on fumes. You
Okay,
know what
but
I
look,
mean? That's
this the
important.
this the problem.
What's the
The
problem?
the last scene of All Might delivering this dude food, Deku had just mopped up All for One's like paid like hitter or shooter, however they want to
Right?
phrase it. So Deku just finished mopping him up. Bro, if you're out in the field like that, you're a liability. So you're bringing me dinner. What if that dude break free and smoke All Might?
Bro, it is what it is. It'll make the show better.
Okay, it would make the show better. I agree, because good guys dying is always a good thing. But it's like All Might knows, like he's smart enough to know that he's a liability. So
Yeah, but
if you have no quirk,
Deku's not smart enough to understand that he can't just do this alone. This is the reason why All Might got fucked up, or excuse my friend. This is the reason why All Might got messed up and All Might got injured and All Might, was on the brink of like extinction. Is that the right word? Or on the brink of retirement, because of the fact that he would just only care about what's in front of him. He's not focused on himself, and that he needs to do things
yeah,
for himself,
but
not
is
for the
it
just.
worth All Might being in the field and possibly getting smoked?
Well,
No,
bro, I think
I
it's
don't
fan
think so.
service. It's fan service. Like All Might said when Deku mom got tight and she's like, I don't want him in the school no more. He's like, I'm gonna protect him. I'm gonna look after him like he's my own. I'm gonna raise him, and that's his prerogative. And I can't like if I'm looking at it in a perspective like this is really happening in the real world, I can't blame a man for having a duty to look after his kin, like to look after the person that he passed on this lineage to. You know what I mean? Passed on this hell of a burden, hell of a responsibility too. So I can't blame All Might for being out there. And if anything, I think most people that are watching this, they're looking at it like, you know, All Might. You could look at All Might as like in the sense like Usopp. Like Usopp is he's extremely relatable to One Piece, and this is probably my only time I'm jumping into One Piece, but you know, Usopp's extremely relatable to One Piece because of the fact that people like he's a normal guy, and we're seeing All Might in the light as he's a normal guy. He's not the same person he used to be, but he still carries the same morals and values, and I respect that. I can't be mad at a man for being on the field to try to protect his.
All the normal guys in My Hero are strapped right now. They all got freaking utility belts and guns and frying pans. Bro, All Might is out there with a lunchbox. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, if you're gonna be on the field of battle, like, you can't be out there hella no quirks, no weapons.
This is the thing.
Like,
All Might,
you just out there. Like,
this is the thing. All Might. I'm not worried about All Might necessarily because All Might has been saucing dudes up for years, regardless to the quirk or not.
Quirk. Yeah, you can't just say regardless of the quirk.
But it's the thing. All Might has battle experience. You
not
get
without
what I'm
his
saying?
quirk.
He has experience though. It don't matter if it's the quirk or not.
It does matter,
bro. It doesn't matter because a quirk
out.
Because bro, a quirk is a part of your consciousness. Regardless, even if he don't have no power, I still feel as though he has tools to get him out of situations. If it's not to him to win a fight, he can get out of a fight.
This is what they established All Might has. All Might has the ability to look you in the eye and see if you pussy. That's it. And they established that with the last episode where he told the dudes to move out his way. He has that, but what if the dudes was like, "Nah, we just gonna kill you"? What would he have done? Nothing. He would have died.
Yeah. So, bro, you love when good guys die. So what's the problem?
No, I like when good guys die, but it's like if you're dying valiantly, if you're dying in a way that makes sense, cool. But if you're just throwing yourself out there to the wolves unequipped, that's stupid to me.
Well, bro, Deku doing the same thing though, but that's the thing.
He's hella powerful. What I'm saying
but bro, bro, you can even see that, bro, in this last episode, bro.
I'm just talking about good things I like and bad things I like. Saying I don't like the fact that All Might is doing this. Like, why he's doing it and all of that, like, cool, whatever. But the fact that I don't like that he's doing it. It doesn't make sense. Like, he's smarter. To me, All Might would be smarter than to know, like, okay, I'm not gonna put myself out there because it could be another burden that now Deku's trying to save me from something when, like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but bro, Deku, what he's doing don't make no sense either, running on fumes.
I'm just saying, I'm not comparing him to Deku.
But I'm
talking about things I don't like.
I know, but I'm saying it don't make sense in the context too. I'm just adding on to what you're saying.
Has a quirk.
Yes, but Deku almost got bodied by like a group of civilians
fighting. All Might's not fighting. He can't fight. If you're Neji got smoked. This is my now. Neji got smoked. You know how he got smoked? Fighting in a war. That's fine. But bro, if you're just out here, no quirk, no weapons, no nothing, and then you die, it's like that's stupid.
Bro, it is what it is, bro. I understand that it doesn't necessarily make the most amount of sense, but I like how they kind of tweaked it in the sense of he needs friends around him. That's what I could say. You know what I'm saying? My opinion was that, like, so far, I mean, I've been really loving the show, to be honest. I love the fact that we're in this dark time because it makes it feel as though when heroes are in a dark place or they're in a dark time, heroes have to grow. You know, there has to be some form of like not level up necessarily, but there has to be some form of maturity. Like when you're coming from like the little leagues to being in the big leagues, there's a responsibility and there's a greater burden or a greater responsibility you have to hold. And I'm liking the fact that Deku is holding it down. Really.
Where do you put not All Might, where do you put Endeavor mentally? Did we
Uh,
did we gain respect or lose respect for Endeavor? That's my
I
question.
gain respect. I mean, bro, like I gain respect for him.
Even knowing his
I
whole
gain
like backstory and
Yeah, bro. Bro, look, this is the thing, right? If Endeavor was like, I were to quit, I'm not gonna be a hero. I'm gonna be like, what was the guy who just retired
yeah, yeah, that
recently?
I don't remember
The
his name.
arm, the white haired dude.
Yeah.
I remember he was a dope hero, but I just can't remember his name.
It's
But
okay. We not
he
Japanese. The Japanese
he
name.
he currently got embarrassed in front of the whole wide world from his son. Everybody hates him. He has not only the burden on his shoulders for what happened in the past, but he has to hold that burden forever, right?
Hmm.
My thing is, what I'm seeing from him is I'm seeing that he's trying. And I think that as humans, I think there's just human beings in general, like if you're willing to take what you've done in the past and try to make yourself better for the future and try to become a better person and try to put yourself on the line to make, yeah, you made some fucked up decisions. Yeah, Endeavor beat his wife, and yeah, he kind of didn't know what to do with his son to kind of get him from not going down the dark path that he did. But at least he's on the lines right now, the fighting lines, trying to actually save people, trying to actually make this situation better and bring back the happiness, quote unquote, in My Hero Academia, where things were better than where it was currently. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I give him a
yeah.
lot of respect for that. He's on the front lines. He could die tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But at least he's putting his ass on the line. At least people are seeing that he's actually going and he's actually trying to capture these villains that are out in the street, capture people, put people back in jail, like trying to figure out where All For One is. You know what I mean? Like he's at least working his ass off to try to
I
get to a good time, and that's what we should be seeing. Like that's what the people that are watching should notice and respect, because I respect that.
okay. I lost respect for him. And it has nothing to do with his past. It has everything to do with Hawks. To me, is putting in more work. To me, Hawks is the number one hero. Like if you're number one, you gotta like have statement moments. You gotta have moments where it's like, yo, if we didn't have him, where would we be right now? The fact that Hawks could like infiltrate the bad guys, kill twice, get hella intel, you know what I'm saying? Like survive a fight with Dabby. Like Hawks has put in so much more work towards
Yeah,
the hold on, let me finish.
go ahead.
Hawks has put in so much more work towards the heroes and the good side of things. Like Endeavor, he had that fight with the experimental Nomal, but he damn near died in that fight, and Hawks helped him get the dub in that fight. So in my head, I'm like, what has Endeavor done? Just Endeavor, and I haven't seen nothing. So to me, it's like, to me, he's like the number two. Like he's just to me, Endeavor is like a muscle head. Like if you need somebody strong to get you to win you a fight, like call Endeavor. But
I
if
don't
you
agree.
need if you actually need to like foil the villain's plot, or if you actually need to like be intellectual about something, like I don't think Endeavor's the one to call Hawks. So to me, Hawks is the number one hero. Endeavor's number two. He's just mad strong. If
Well, I
Endeavor,
mean, bro, let's keep it a buck,
that's
bro.
all
Let's
right.
keep it a buck, right? The number one hero, like, bro, I don't, bro. If we look at All Might, bro, this may be controversial to say, but I don't think All Might has done anything intellectual to win like people over or to strategically take over an enemy. I think All Might just did what he normally did, and he just used his super strength to just overpower foes and to, and his smile and his charisma and energy. But, I don't necessarily agree with what you said because of the fact that, like, let's be honest, bro. Hawks was in the same situation as that other hero. I gotta find her name. I gotta find her
It
name.
was Miss something or Lady something.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
I
like,
feel like
Lady Nadon. Lady Nadon.
yeah,
That's her
yeah,
name. But
yeah.
this is the thing, right? Hawks, he was in that program the same as her. He was offing people. Like he was
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah,
some Itachi shit. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And bro, let's be honest, like Hawks, if we're gonna call Hawks number one hero, I don't think anybody would consider him a number one hero if you off the villain. And the villain himself, if we look at Twice wasn't a bad guy. He just was misunderstood, just
It
like
was
all these
just
other
his
people.
time. It's his time.
Yeah, Hawks offed him, but bro, like, let's be honest, the public image isn't gonna see Hawks as a number one hero for offing a bad guy. I don't
Oh
think they're
no
gonna
no
see
no
him
no
like that.
no! If we're talking
If,
about
it,
the public, then yeah, I agree with
if
you.
anything,
I'm just talking about for me.
if they're anything, they're gonna put him in the shitter because of the fact that they're like, oh well, you had to do the one thing, take a dude's life to subdue a situation. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think there was anything else to do better in that situation. So like it is what it is. But if we're looking at like a hero, Hawks, he did a lot of stuff to for the sake of heroes and for the sake of Japan and for the sake of the world. But let's be honest, like, a lot of heroes start off a lot of these heroes started off with bad stories. Like Endeavor, like, yeah, he may have not been like, like in Hawks' shoes, but like Endeavor had problems with his ego. He let it go. So I think that in regards to like Endeavor, like yeah, I would say like I don't even know. Like I wouldn't categorize. I would keep things the way it is. Like, the reason why Hawks isn't really number one is because he off people. He offs people, and that's not a
Yeah, but
hero
I
thing.
mean, if you often a tool that the bad guys are going to use, I'm okay with that. I mean, if
Yeah, but he's not a
the
tool
public,
though,
who
Like,
twice,
I mean, he has a
twice,
power that's like a tool, but I'm saying like he's not
twice.
necessarily a tool. He's a
Yeah,
person.
he's a tool. He's a tool.
Nah, but he's a
He he
person.
They were gonna use his power to freaking make an army, so he gotta
Oh
go.
yeah, for sure. But what I'm
Okay,
saying
but
is like,
if you're a good person, you're not gonna let them do that. But he
yeah,
was
but
gonna let
bro,
them do that.
my man
So
got schizophrenia, or he got the multiple personality disorder, whatever the case may be.
okay, cool.
Like,
That don't excuse him of being a tool.
well, bro, the
if you,
Hawks being number one hero, that Hawk, it don't excuse Hawks to
I think
kill a dude,
the top dude. Look, this is the problem with animes. I'm gonna go into like animes in general, not just
right?
My Hero. You have certain animes and animated stuff. Off the top of my head, uh, think of like Avatar, Samurai Jack. Think of One Piece, where it's like, and this is why I think this is why I love Naruto, because in these type of stuff, Samurai Jack, One Piece, Avatar, and these type of things, they're trying to keep things so kiddie that they don't want to kill people. And this is why I love Naruto, because people actually die. So like, there's more weight to it.
The bro
All
be
my
hella sadistic.
It's not about it's about real life. In real life, it's sometimes it's like I either gotta kill him or he's gonna murder thousands. That's why I hate Batman. Anyway,
Yeah,
so look, this is what they do. All Might and Endeavor have both absolutely obliterated no moves. No hesitation. Nobody complains about that. Why didn't they lock the no moves up? Why didn't they knock a no move out and then put it in handcuffs and take it in? Nope, they just off them. Nobody cares. But when it comes to offing a person, people care. Like
all
no,
right, all right, all right.
it
You
got
got you have a
like
point there. You
these
have a
type
point
of
there
shows
because
these type of shows it'd be like if they kill some other thing, it's okay, bro. If you watch Samurai Jack up until the re-release, Samurai Jack doesn't actually kill a person. He's slicing robots. He's slicing like aliens. He's slicing like, but he doesn't actually kill a person. And he's fighting Aku, and Aku's not really like a person. You know what I mean? And then you go to Avatar. If you watch Avatar, Aang doesn't actually kill a person. And then at the end of the show, when he's ready to kill Ozai, he doesn't. He just takes it. You know what I'm saying? So these type of things be like, oh, he's such a good guy because he didn't kill him. But in my head, I'm like, sometimes you gotta off somebody. Like I don't like, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
I don't really like the whole. Now look, to be fair, Naruto himself didn't really kill anybody, but there's hella killing in the show of Naruto. So there's like
Oh yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
So that's my whole thing. So they've bodied hella nobles, but because they're nobles, nobody cares. Like you know, and
Yeah.
that's my thing with the show. I need them to take that same energy and apply it to villains that they can't capture.
Mhm.
If you can't capture them, then kill them. I don't see a problem with that. Forget about Endeavor. Let's say it's like the 30. Let's say it's King Orca. If King Orca's fighting and he realizes, oh, I'm not gonna be able to capture him, kill him. I don't have an issue with that.
Well, I mean, I guess the problem is that we don't have a lot of scenarios where, like the Hawk scenario was like, bro, to keep it a bug, we probably not gonna get one of those for a very long time. Like that was a once
Bro, but
in like a
the
lifetime
show is
situation.
structured that way. That's what I'm saying. They're not gonna
Yeah.
create those situations. Bro, in this last fight, if Deku couldn't like restrain her or like, like if she didn't blow herself up, kill her. I wouldn't have a problem, but he's the main character. We don't want him to look bad, so we're not gonna
Well,
have him
nah, I
killing people.
mean,
But
I think
if
that
Deku killed her, would you be like, oh, how could he? Like,
no, but I mean, at least like at least if he did so, I would like to hear her story first. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Like give me the the killing sometimes it has to happen. Like I told you, like at heroes are gonna have to do that. Like I said that in like an episode like a
Hmm.
while ago. I was like,
Hmm.
well, I think that what would make the show continue to stay great is if like we go through this dark period of time where heroes have to make that decision. And it's funny that you said that because of the fact that Gran Torino said the same thing. He said, look,
Gran
you
Torino said
know,
I should have killed.
no. I
Tony.
mean, he said that, but I'm saying like in the sense like he told Deku it for advice, like, hey, there don't make the mistake between if you need to like apprehend somebody or
Oh
kill
yeah, yeah, yeah,
somebody.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know
He
what I
did say
mean?
that. Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah,
if
yeah,
it's
yeah.
up to your livelihood and this person's trying to like take you out, like
That's
don't
what I'm saying.
hesitate.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and
yeah.
and that's what I agree with. Don't get me wrong. I agree with that. I just feel as though
If
you
if you call
know,
if you call off a noble, you call off a villain. That's how I feel. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, to get back to the argument, like Hawks is like greater than Endeavor. What I would like to see is Endeavor either bring Toya back or kill Toya.
Endeavor needs a feat. He needs a feat, and he doesn't have any. That's the problem. I had an argument about the second Hokage in Naruto,
What is the
Tobirama.
thing? The problem that I have.
Tobirama is really great, but if you look at like, well, what has he done? Who has he beat? Like, what has he? Other than creating a bunch of jutsus, he hasn't really done nothing.
But
So
that's the problem, though, bro. We don't
you
have
need
like
feet. You
bro.
need
The story writer needs to write these scenarios for these
yeah,
people, because
yeah,
to be honest, Tobirama, he was the second Hokage, right? He
yeah. He
was
was
the
second
white.
Hokage. He's
Bro, he was damn near one of the coolest Hokages in the show, but
but we don't
we didn't
know what
fucking
he
know about him because they didn't fucking
they
put
didn't do that.
story, they didn't write story for him. So
Right.
that's what I'm saying. Like I
So,
think
but
that
Endeavor has had chances though. Endeavor has had
yeah,
chances,
but
and
I'm
he either
saying
he either damn near dies or just fails. So like he needs a feat where he's
Oh, you
just like
gotta remember, bro. This man was number two for years.
killing a normal was like a bunch of people killed the
I know. But
normal.
what I'm
So
saying is like this. We're getting into the age where All Might retired, Endeavor has this new role. But I think that it's, we're still in a particular point in time where there's still going to be story written and Endeavor is going to have that moment.
well now Deku's so strong.
But I think the moment,
It's
if
like
I'm gonna get to the Endeavor stuff, I think the moment's gonna come with Toya. I think that's gonna be the moment.
I think that's gonna be more Todoroki. I don't think that's gonna be Endeavor.
Mm, I think it's gonna be both of them. You know
But
what I
we'll
mean?
see.
But I think that Toya is framed. If I'm looking at it in a story perspective, I think Toya is framed in that perspective for Endeavor. I think Endeavor is gonna continue to stay with Deku, and they're still gonna try to, excuse me, still try to work out like where All for One is and all of that, and try to like take him down in that aspect. But I still feel as though like Endeavor is gonna find his moment with Toya because that's just kind of how the story's been framed, like how the
Yeah.
story's been gone. Like we're missing this one piece, and this one piece, once we fit it into the story, then like I feel as though Endeavor, his, the come around will come around, but you
Yeah, yeah.
know, regardless, I think the show's going in a good spot. Like, bro, I told you a while ago, I said like the dark times is gonna make the story better, and I really feel as though it's been good. Like the Lady Nadant sequence it was sad, man. Like I was pretty sad because you know not that like, and it's crazy because it's like it's 2 episodes I believe that had her in there in the sequence, but it was like those 2 episodes like we really got a chance to know her as a person, and I
Yeah.
like I could understand, and I could understand that her as a hero, like she's like, well, I don't really feel like a hero because I'm offing people, and these people aren't necessarily doing bad things. I'm just doing X, Y, and Z, and I have this fake name, and people they want kids going to give me hugs, but I was like,
Yeah.
ah,
Overall,
crazy.
I'm not like it's a great anime altogether. Like if I'm just saying overall, I don't think it's gotten better or worse. I think it's been consistently good. But there's just small things that like I just got just said there's good things I like and some things I don't
Nah,
like. So
I think this dark period of time is it's brought the show up because, bro, from a lot of like our perspective seeing the
well,
show,
has anything given you season one feels?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Him
Okay.
fighting Deku being the new like this new re-envision or dark Deku, him fighting Muscle, whatever the guy's name
I
was.
haven't had the All Might feeling in my soul since
Yeah, but bro,
since All Might retired. I haven't had
I
to.
don't need to have All Might. I'm not Deku's not All Might. Deku's Deku. So I look at
Okay, but
Deku
you
as his
should be
own
in a.
character.
I
Bro,
haven't had that like oh
what
shit like he's getting serious. Like I haven't had that.
bro, I've been feeling like, bro, I've been feeling like the story's been getting better and better though. Like I feel as though in the point in time that we're at, Deku, bro, I've been waiting for Deku to actually get some character development. Like this, we can't say
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
We can't
Oh
say he
yeah. Oh
hasn't grown.
yeah.
Like we
Oh
could
yeah.
say like
Definitely.
straight up 110%. Like
Yeah,
although
definitely.
he's thinking very narrow minded and he's very focused on trying to find All for One, like the growth for this kid, like I've been very fucking impressed, bro. Like
Yeah.
him going and using these quirks, bro. I really thought that they were gonna take forever, but they really ramped it up.
Yeah.
They
They
ramped it
did.
up. Like he's been doing a good job. Like he's been maintaining his powers. Like he hasn't been destroying his body. Like he's been like the Deku I've been wanting to see for so long. Because this is
Hmm.
what season 6. We've been watching this for like 6 seasons or 5 seasons up until this point, and he's done that for the first 5 seasons. We haven't really seen any character development from him. We
Hmm.
just been like, oh yeah, he's a student. Oh yeah, he's gotten into some scuffles, but yeah, he's a student. He's a kid. But now I want to see after All for One is like, yup, I've been watching you for a long time. All my he done. I don't care about him no more. Now it's your turn. I'm gonna hunt you to the end of time. I want to see how Deku acts. And honestly, like This is my last comment because we got to get
Yeah,
on to
yeah,
more
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
But
Go ahead.
really, like, I like how they framed. And I don't know who the power user was, the one with the red hair. Maybe he was like 2 or 3, or I think he was
Mhm.
2. But he was like, you know, he's like Deku. Then he's like the ninth user. He's definitely doing what he's supposed to do, but what he really needs right now is friends.
Mhm.
And all of the homies trying to stop him. I'm like, yo, the next episode about to be crazy.
They lucky he's not a killer.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on. Blue Lock.
All right, I'm gonna start
Uh,
off with this one.
yeah,
I've
go ahead.
actually we've actually been recommended by this anime from a friend. Yo, shout out Johanna. You the realest. You the realest.
The put
But
on is real. Yeah.
essentially, me and Taj, we've been watching this anime since well, not necessarily since it came out, but before it ended that first part of season 1, whatever these freaking anime studios want to call it for these sections or arcs or whatever the case may be. But honestly, I think the show right now is at kind of like a standstill. And the reason why I say like I feel like it's coming to like a standstill is because of the fact that we introduced this character, the Rin, whatever the guy's name is, and this guy
Hmm.
supposedly is like the top, the pinnacle. You know what I mean?
Well, isn't he ranked? I think he's ranked
He's
3.
ranked. No, he's ranked 1. Well,
Okay.
maybe he's ranked 3. Maybe he's
I
ranked
think
3.
he's. I
I thought
think.
he was ranked 1 to be honest, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
But
I'll look it up while you. Yeah, go ahead.
this dude is supposed to be the pinnacle, right? He's supposed to be the top dog. You
Yeah.
know, he has a squad. His squad is strong. You know, the kind of the goal, like I get it. The kind of the goal is to get Bachira back because he's like a really great passer and stuff like that. But really, like I've been watching this second part of the first season, and the question I've really been asking myself is, what's gonna happen next? Because to me, you know, they kind of brought this guy up in the second part, but once we kind of overcome this guy, what's next? You know what I mean? Like, who's the next enemy in this series? You get what I'm saying? Because really, bro, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the whole focus of this part is to get Bachira back. But once we get Bachira back, what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? Like I've been enjoying the show, and I think the show's great, but I feel as though they're really hanging on that. They're hanging on that thin line where they're like, we need to come up with more content. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
my opinion on it though.
Uh,
I think it's been phenomenal. Like I think the visuals, making soccer feel as though like you have a superpower kind of thing. Like everybody has
mhm.
their own superpower, their own strategy to win, their own ability to become like this number one striker. But really, you know, you can't become a number one striker without having like an adversary to like face.
Right,
And
right, right.
that's kind of just my thought process. I'm like, all right, I'm already assuming that they're gonna beat him. And bro, the crazy thing is, let's say for example, they don't beat him. They get sent back down. That would be interesting. But how many times are we gonna do that up until they win? You get what I'm saying?
So,
How many
so
times are
he,
we gonna
so
do
he,
that?
I kind of spoiled myself looking it up, but he moves around. But when they first introduce him, he's introduced as number 1.
Got you, got you. Well, yeah, I mean,
But
I remember
you
the
know
one
the
on.
tiers, like if you take a L, you go down. If you take a dub, you move. So he kind of moves around, but he's introduced as number 1. So um, I think when wasn't Boru ranked number 1 when like they first got there.
You mean
Boru,
yeah,
the king dude. I think he was number
Baru,
1
yeah,
when they first all got there, and then he dropped down. So
yeah.
they move around, but yeah. So the put on was the whole. I don't know if you heard, but basically it was like I think it was Japan versus France in the World Cup, and Blue Lock like predicted that, and then like Blue Lock predicted Japan would win, and then it happened in real life, and so that's when the buzz started around Blue Lock. That's what I was told. So, um, sports animes, they're pretty much all the same. I think the ability to break a sport down, no matter what the sport is, to break it down in a way where it's entertaining to somebody, because I don't play soccer, what I'm saying, to make it entertaining to somebody who doesn't play the sport is very fun. Um, in terms of what's happening now in the show, I think we've gathered all the pieces for like, I don't know. I think we've gathered the pieces for a really good like antagonist. Like a really good, like I'm talking about, like, the way I see it is them outside of Blue Lock. Because Blue Lock has a purpose to create the best team in Japan. So I wonder, once they do that, like, if they're going against other countries, what if we're hitting other styles from other countries, other rules? Like, they could keep building it up. I think the hard part is that the more players you add, so right now they're doing 4-on-4, right? If they get into 5-on-5, 6-on-6, it's gonna get a little messy. Like, that's gonna be a little hard. Like, in one episode, to try to break down what six people are doing. You know what I'm saying? So soccer in real life is 9-on-9. So I don't see them doing a full 9-on-9, like, you know what I mean?
Well, I think it only goes up until 6. I could be wrong though, but I think it only
No,
goes up
in
until
soccer
6.
you have three defenders,
No, I
three.
know, but I'm saying
Oh,
like I think that for this challenge, like
oh, yeah, yeah,
you have
yeah,
to get
yeah,
up to
yeah,
6 people, and then that's
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like
yeah,
your
yeah, yeah, yeah.
team. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be the tricky part. Like, when we get 5-on-5 and then 6-on, like, it's gonna be a little bit hard. Like, I'm thinking of other sports animes, like Prince of Tennis, uh, or you've probably seen what's
I mean, I've seen a lot. I've
um
seen like
Meg
Free for
Meg Meglock
swimming,
Megalock. I forgot what it's called. The boxing one. Um,
Megalobox. I think that's what it's called.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
those are easier.
Megalobox.
Those are easier because they're either 1-on-1, or like Prince Ennis has some 2-on-2, but it's either 1-on-1 or 2-on-2. So that's easier to like break down. You know what I'm saying? But when you start getting into 5-on-5, 6-on-6, it's gonna get a little bit harder. Outside of that, yeah, I've been really entertained. I went into it with no expectations. It definitely passed my expectations. Um, the Boru being a wild card, like, I absolutely like, because I feel like if he could be a wild card, anybody could be a wild card. So even though the main character's ability is to put things together, if you have somebody that's unpredictable, how do you plan around unpredictability? Like, I like that. So it's like, I'm gonna make this whole plan, but Boru could like invent a new move. And then my favorite thing in the show is when they show the puzzle pieces break apart. That's probably my favorite. Like, oh, like,
Yeah,
I
that's dope.
I had a thing in my head, but it just shattered. So that was that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think so far, like the show is really, really good. You know what I mean? I think if I could give a constructive criticism, I think what makes a really good sports anime, like I've seen like Kuroko no Basket, I've seen Haikyuu. What really makes a show like entertaining, like a sports show, is when you kind of give all of the audience everybody that's like an adversary, like everybody that's like like an opponent, like an enemy, like a team, and you kind of let people know who people are from jump. Because
Yeah,
Haikyuu,
yeah.
right? That's a goated volleyball anime.
Hmm.
You got Kuroko no basketball or no basket. That's
Hmm.
another one. And the reason why
Hmm.
they're really good is because we know who the opposing teams are that we have to get in front of and get
Yeah.
past to get to the end goal. And my only opinion on the show is I think it's great, but I still don't know
Well,
who's gonna be at the top of the pinnacle. You get
well,
what I'm saying,
I think
who
they
are the top
established.
dogs?
Yeah, I think they established the best in Japan is Ren's bigger brother,
Yeah,
Ren's older
but bro,
brother.
he's not in there. I'm saying
No,
like the
no, but
people
I'm
in Blue
saying,
Lock. I'm
yeah,
saying the
yeah, I'm
people
saying,
specifically because
oh,
we're not worried of like the people outside. Those people are those people are
well,
the
I think,
elites.
yeah,
But I'm saying
I
like,
figure Ren is probably the best in Blue Lock.
but that's the problem, bro. Like once we beat Ren and we take and we
Then
like
we get out of
bro,
Blue Lock.
this no nah, but it's not done yet because they need 6 people. You get what I'm saying? So like who's gonna be the next set of
Yeah,
people that we take? Because this is the problem, right?
yeah.
They and this is I guess like my like gripe with animes that start strong and they get a lot of hype and then we start changing cover arts and we start showing who the enemy is and then at that same portion there's no other enemy behind this enemy. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
Ren
yeah.
is like the top dog. We faced him before. He knocked us back down to floor 2 or 2v2 floor, whatever the fuck it is. But
Hmm.
we overcame that. We're fighting him now. The problem I have is we've already established he's the top dog. So once we get past him, who's gonna be the next obstacle? Is it gonna be the homies that are coming in strong from behind us? Who's gonna be the next people? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that's my
I don't see
problem.
Blue Lock. So look, they established that they're gonna keep going, but after this whole Ren thing, I think something's gonna happen where it's like, all right, we're done with Blue Lock, or we're done with at least the training of people. Like, I don't think that even though they told us it's gonna keep going, I don't think it's
But
actually
that's a
gonna keep going.
problem though, because it's the thing that's exactly what I'm saying. We're fighting this like it's like Deku's fighting all for one right now. Like we ain't got the whole squad. We ain't
Nah,
finished the
cause
whole challenge. You get what
that's
I'm
what.
saying? That's my problem. That's my
Yeah, yeah.
problem with it.
I don't see them like keeping it going after Ren.
And that's my yeah, and exactly.
Even though they said they're going to, I don't see them.
But that's my problem. That's the only gripe I have with the show because it's like, bro, like when my experience with like Haikyuu is like if anything, it's like the greatest. Like somebody could argue with me right now, but I could argue with them that it's the greatest
Like sports.
sports show, like sports anime ever. Because
Hmm.
one, it pulls on your heartstrings because it like it gives you the feeling of being somebody that was nothing. You started from the jump, had no skills. You're evolving. You're
Hmm.
taking down top dogs up the freaking ladder. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
freaking he's taking elites down, like teams
Hmm.
down, and they're going up and up and up the ladder, and then you start to feel as though like like when you're in a position where like you're in an anime show you're in an anime like sports show you're watching an anime sports show, you really want to feel as though there's a journey. And the problem is that Blue Lock, after we face Rin, what's the journey? We're the top dog. We got people coming. It's like it feels as though we got the One Piece and
Well,
we're
look.
Roger.
What
We're
if
getting hunted. You know what I'm saying?
what if they lose to Ren?
Then that would be interesting. But bro, but then this is the kicker. The kicker is most people are gonna start to drop off because the interest of you losing to Rin takes like let's say for example, Rin takes Balrog. I'm gonna call this man Balrog. I don't care. He
I
gonna
think it's
take Balrog.
Bodhi.
Yeah,
Bodhi.
I just don't got the pronunciation in my soul.
Bodhi.
Baru. If they take Baru, what are we gonna do? We don't got no elites that can kind of control the field, and that's kind of been what they've been like this
It'd be
episode.
interesting. Yeah.
They've been really pushing like yeah, whoever could control the unpredictability or whatever is going to win the
It's
game.
been going back and forth. There's no guarantee
Yeah,
they beat Ren. and so if they don't beat Rin, they'll be back to square A, so to speak, and then they'll have to go back into the depths and figure out who they want to add to their team. So they could keep it going.
I mean, it
Cause,
could, but
'cause look, you
bro,
can't. This is the thing. You can't have Ren and the main character. You can't have them on the same team. That's no fun. Nobody wants to see that.
yeah, but they
So
probably would though. But that's the thing.
they got the
That's
same like no, you know.
I know,
I
but
don't know.
that's the problem, bro. The problem is if we
That would
move
be interesting.
forward,
I could say that
if
would
we
be
if we
interesting if they did
lose,
that.
now the losing part, it would be interesting because it's like, all right, we went through this the first time, we went through this the second time. Maybe we have to go through this the third time to beat this dude and win,
Mhm.
but at the same cost, right? People are gonna start to get disinterested in the show because they're like, damn, Isagi don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, I
People are gonna be
mean,
disinterested, and
but
then
I
on
don't.
the other end,
You can't make an anime off of interest because that's how you end up like money grabbing. That's what we don't want.
yeah, but bro, I'm feeling though the show is money. Like the show got hype off the prediction, and I'm feeling like it's a money grab because it's like we don't necessarily any anime that's sports related. We don't necessarily meet the top dog early. Like none of the animes that
Well,
I've watched
this
sports
is where it
animes
gets money
wise.
grabby. It gets money grabby when the main character is not developing. That's when it starts. Like
Well,
that's
yeah,
when
I
people
agree.
start getting that like hyper reaction to filler. It's when the main character is not developing. So right now he's developed literally every episode. He's developed in some way. Um, so I just think that it's the plot that they've laid out. At some point, there's going to be a plot twist. We haven't hit a plot twist yet.
Yeah,
It's just been like, okay, this is what it's going to be. But at a certain point, animes have plot twists. So we'll see how they do that. All right,
yeah,
moving on. Last one. One Piece, and saving One Piece for last because it actually picked back up.
yeah.
There's actual things of substance happening. Honestly, this last episode opened up the floodgates because I didn't even think about. First of all, I didn't even think it was that easy to get to Wano. They're talking about we're sending ships there. I'm like, I thought it was like a rarity just to be able to get to Wano. You know what I mean? But
Nah,
apparently,
bro.
apparently anybody could just pull up to Wano. Bro, when they went early on, they would be like, "Yeah, Wano's this place way off. It's impossible to get to." Like they will talk about it. Like, but I guess you know
Well,
what?
bro, you got to
They did
remember,
the same
bro.
thing. Well, what they did the
It,
same thing with the Grand Line. They did the same thing with the New World. They was like, oh, if you want to keep following the Grand Line, you got to get into the New World. And they made the New World sound like, oh, you got to go up this thing, and then, but then everybody does it, so then it just becomes a normal thing. So, but
yeah.
they're opening the floodgates with infiltrating Wano. I didn't think about that at all because I figured you couldn't get there that easily. But they broke down the numbers of like Kaido's army has this much, the samurais have this much, the world army has this much. So that could be interesting, infiltrating Wano. I would rather see. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I would rather see Luffy take it over as a territory than the world government have it. But Luffy always lets me down when it's time for him to flex.
What is the
So
thing? Like the problem is that I can't necessarily see what is gonna happen next. And the reason why I can't necessarily see what's gonna happen next is because if we're gonna predict what Luffy's gonna do, Luffy's gonna take down Kaido. Something he's gonna take him down in some form of way, in some form of technique, in some form of
hopefully
whatever. And
we can. We don't
then,
even know
but this is the
that.
problem. But this is the problem,
We
right?
don't even
This
know
is,
that
but
though.
no, but this is the thing. I could predict it because he's done similar things before. Doflamingo, he shouldn't really killed. He shouldn't really not my man destroyed his whole gut. Like he shouldn't have been able to do that. Doflamingo's mad strong.
Doflamingo's still alive.
Let's keep it a buck. Like Doflamingo's mad strong. He's still alive because he got the strings attached to his gut, his
Bro,
internals.
Luffy doing
But
the same thing he was doing with
but
Katakuri. He
but bro,
trained him. That's
but bro,
it. This
but
is
bro, this
him.
the thing. This the
He
thing.
just
This the
trained
thing,
him.
right? It it comes to a point where One Piece gets a little more predictable when the same thing happens over and over again. It's this, bro. I promise you, Luffy's gonna exhaust himself with fighting Kaido.
Okay.
He's
No,
something's
no,
gonna
no, no, no. Don't
happen.
beat around the bush. Do you think Luffy's gonna kill Kaido? Yes or no?
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't. Right, but
But but
that would be the right thing to assume based off of how the show's been
yeah,
going.
yeah, yeah.
I don't see Luffy killing Kaido.
This is what I'm saying. Luffy is gonna fight Kaido. He's gonna. Oh, I said kill Kaido. My fault. He's gonna
Yeah,
beat
that's what I'm saying.
Kaido.
I was like,
Yeah, my
what?
fault. My fault. My fault. My fault. My fault. When I say kill, I mean beat. My fault. It's too many
Yeah,
shows. But I'm
yeah.
saying is Luffy's gonna beat Kaido in some form of way. He's gonna get exhausted doing so. We're
Then
reinforcements
they,
going to be on their ass,
then they
and then
gotta
we're going to be
retreat. Then they gotta.
we're going to retreat. Or my prediction is that this time we don't have no saving grace for Robin. Are they going if if nobody's knowing what's going on the outside, there's no saving grace for Robin. Before we kind of had some form of saving grace. Like Luffy went and got her. We're at a point now where nobody's paying attention to nobody. Everybody's all spread out. It's chaos. This is the perfect opportunity for the world government, the CP0, I guess now at this point, because they're not CP9 no more, but CP0, they have an opportunity to really strike and to really get Robin.
Mhm.
And then we're going to come back to the same thing. Now, don't get me wrong,
There'll be a rescue Robin arc.
but bro, if we're gonna have a rescue Robin arc, bro, we might as well have a rescue Sabo arc. And if we're gonna have a rescue Sabo arc, which if he's not dead, then we might as well have a rescue Vivi
We still
arc
don't know
or
Sabo's fate.
revive Vivi arc because supposedly she's dead and the King of Alabasta. If we're gonna like you get what I'm saying? Like it's we're going back in the same fucking circle. And to me, it's like let's fucking
Look,
finish the
bro, I
show.
wasn't watching it until you said, "Nah, you got to get back on it because it's
No, no,
getting
no,
crazy."
because
So
I
I
saw
was
some
like, "All right,
fire. Some of the stuff was fire. You know what I mean? Momonosuke turning into a big ass dragon was fire, but now we're like, oh, like now we're throwing extreme plot twist. Oh, yeah, we're sending squads to Wano. Nobody's watching, so it makes sense why they throwing squads to Wano because they've been whatever the guy with the black eye and the white eye with the marking on his face. He freaking probably sending the troops himself playing the freaking
yeah, he's playing the Chinese
the
checkers,
Chinese
chess.
checker
Yeah, yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah, yeah.
probably sending them himself. Rob Lucci chilling in the back, him and the squad. I don't know if you remember.
Everybody just posted up right
I
now.
don't know if you ever
Everybody's
seen
just
it, but
like,
the
yo,
dude, that other dude with the long nose, I thought he was dead.
yeah,
He posted in the cut like,
bro. That was disappointing too. Didn't Zoro cut him into like 6,000 pieces or something? I was
yeah.
like,
But unfortunately, these CP members don't want to fucking die. So,
well, nobody's dying. So
well,
if
bro,
look,
we saw him in
if
old One
Doflamingo
Piece.
not dead, nobody dying.
Bro, my problem is we saw him in old One Piece. We saw him in
Yeah,
1996 old One Piece. Why he here? Why he alive?
yep.
What happened to the soap bitch? We don't even know where she at. The soap bitch got replaced for the Bob bitch, the Bob chick. I'm
With
like,
the
damn,
big
you
eyes.
gonna you
Yeah,
gonna you
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
keep long nose, but you gonna not keep soap girl?
I don't.
It's wild.
Yeah, one piece is going. Look, this is what I figured. Luffy, you remember I just talked about feats.
Yeah.
Luffy is running into the same issue where he don't got no feats. If you look at recently, just recent history, very recent history, he went up against Big Mom, didn't get the dub. He went up against Katakuri, kinda got the dub,
He got the dub.
but Katakuri's not dead or captured. So it's like it was just a training session. To me, it's like if you don't kill him or capture him, What were we? We just wasted bad time.
But bro, he not a Blackbeard though. That's the
I'm
thing.
saying though, like
I get
you're a
what you're saying though. I get
like
what you're
like
saying though.
you gotta have feats. Okay, so you go up against Big Mom, nothing. You go up against Captain Cuddy, nothing. The, I tell people this all the time, and people don't realize it till I say it. The last person Luffy killed was the shark dude.
Nah, he's still alive, bro.
Oh, he's alive.
Yeah,
Arlong,
he's
Arlong, bro.
yes, bro. He's in the
I thought he
prison.
died.
Bro, Hachi said when they revisited and went back to
No,
the
Hachi said he saw Arlong. I'm
yeah,
talking about
Arlong.
Davy was it Davy Jo? The shark dude
Oh, you
from
talking about the new dude, the
from
new
Mermaid
generation.
from Mermaid. The shark dude. Remember the bad guy
Yeah,
dude?
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah. So that's the
I guess.
he would take the steroids, the red pills, and then he would bulk up. That's the last dude that Luffy killed. But it was like, did Luffy kill him or did the steroids kill him? Like they left it up for like he was gonna
Mm,
die because he overdosed anyway. That's the last like body that Luffy has. Other than that, there's been no feats.
mm.
So I don't think he didn't kill Katakuri. He's scared of Big Mom. They already established that with the nightmare episode. He's scared of Big Mom. I don't see him killing Kaido. Maybe he'll launch him backwards like he did. I don't see him killing Kaido. So what feats other than having a big ass fan club that Bartolomeo manages? Like what feats does Luffy actually have? It's
Mm.
just training. It's just training. I don't think he's actually going to beat anybody.
Well, I think he'll beat Kaido in the sense where he overpowers him, and then Kaido get tired and fall asleep, and then we move on. But my problem is like the story is starting to wrap around in the same like we've
Yeah,
kind of done
yeah,
we've
we've
done
done
this
this already.
before.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
We've
yeah, yeah,
seen Robin get taken. It's not
yeah,
interesting no more.
yeah. Yeah.
Let's
We've
like
seen CP9. Now they're just CP0. Like
my thing is that I would be very
Rob
impressed.
Lucci.
I'd be very impressed if Luffy like single-handedly cleans up Kaido, he kills Kaido, takes his head as he said he was gonna do beforehand, and then we get off the island.
Yeah.
Or we fight and
No, claim it as your territory because he did that with Mermaid Island.
I know, but I'm saying
He
like
said Mermaid Island is my territory. I'm claiming it.
we either run or we either fight and have energy to fight CP,
Hmm.
the world government, which we don't know
Hmm.
who the people on them ships are. You know what I
That's what
mean?
I want. That's what I want. Stay there. Beat like how much of a flex would that be? Get behead Kaido, beat Big Mom to death where she's running away. Big Mom runs away because Katakuri pulled up to rescue her. So they run away. They just get off the island. Prospero and all of them, they get off the island. Kaido's dead. The world army's coming in, and Luffy's like, nah, I'm holding down Wano. How
Nah, I
fire
don't.
would that be?
I think Shanks or Blackbeard gonna pull up. I just got a weird feeling to be honest.
I feel like everybody,
Nah,
everybody's just like posted up.
Cause Blackbeard said he was gonna pull up somewhere. I don't know what that somewhere was, but that probably meant Wano.
That would be fire if Luffy said, "Nah, this is my country now." That would be fire. But we'll see.
Well, yeah, but that means we would have to turn all of Kaido's army into our fleet, which
Bro,
means
they
Kaido
already
would have to
doing
be
that
dead.
with the Kiwi Dango. They already doing it.
Yeah, but bro, that's fake loyalty, bro. They weren't fucking they were fucking with them beforehand. They just ate a kiwi dongo. What I'm saying is the true like Queen, King, and Jack would have to be under Luffy. We would have to dethrone Kaido
Well,
to take down these people. It's either
Zoro
one of the
killed
two.
King. Like the King and Queen, they're not gonna be in the new regime. They gotta go. So
Bro,
Sanji and
I don't
Zoro
see
gonna
them
clean
going
them
nowhere,
up. And
bro. I
then,
don't bro,
well, wait,
another thing.
hold on, is Jack still alive?
Bro, I don't
I
really
lost
care,
track.
bro.
I lost track.
I don't think he's dead. I mean, it don't matter, bro. Like he knocked him unconscious, whatever. Like Bro, if it was up to me, he should have took his knife and put it down Jack's throat and slit his throat and called it a day. But they're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
He fought him fair and square and left. And I'm like, all right, well,
One Piece is feeling like if an amateur animator needs an entry level job, like your first
bro.
assignment be One
Another
Piece,
thing to say, another
and
thing to
then like
add, bro. I don't know if you noticed or you saw this that I sent you on IG, but to anybody who's watching this right now and anybody's gonna be watching this on YouTube,
mm,
I found something on Instagram, and essentially it said like the text, kind of like I think it was from IGN. I'm not sure, I can't remember if it was from IGN, but I think it was from IGN where it
yeah,
said Oda uses AI Chat GPT to write his new episode or write his new chapter, a manga chapter of One Piece, and you could see like an actual image of like the AI building
what?
a manga chapter, like writing the text for what the idea for the chapter would be. And I'm like, so this man dead using an AI to cheat his way to just make money.
I thought it was off of dreams that he had, but I guess
No,
it's also
bro. I legit saw it. It said Oda is using Chat GPT to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, nah, that's wild.
can side note, can Chopper stop looking like a fetus?
Bro,
Like
Chopper used it, bro. I don't
can
think
he
I don't.
can he get
Bro, he's
back?
gonna stay that way until probably the end of fucking
Can
Wano,
he stop?
bro.
He's looking like a failed experiment or
Bro,
something.
because he ate something that was a failed experiment. Yeah, bro. When you pressure testing these rumble balls that are not tested or they've never been tested, yeah, they're gonna have side effects, bro.
I
I
mean, but now I do want a raccoon as a girlfriend to hold me up while I talk. So yeah,
well,
rac,
if you're a
rac,
raccoon, yeah,
raccoon dog,
yeah,
raccoon dog human thing.
yeah, sure.
I'm gonna tell my girl to dress up as a raccoon dog thing and cradle me anyway.
Anyways, I mean, the only real big thing, One Piece, which I don't know.
Hey, let's say something good. Let's say
No, no,
something
no, no, no,
good.
no, no. Wait. Let me get to my shit. Let me get to my shit. Let me
Yeah,
get to
yeah,
my
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
What's with Sanji? Sanji became an android now.
That's another bad thing. But, I didn't want to bring it up, man.
Nah, my problem
I
is
didn't want to.
we established that he was human. He used the Germa 66 canister, turned a couple of times, and then now he's a
Apparently, he's awakened abilities that he didn't have before.
yeah, but bro, I don't think you really understand. So let me go back. Let me go back, bro. Sanji was human. We
That's
established it,
before the
bro.
abilities awakened.
Bro. He was human, bro. The others, they're not human. They're what they
Well,
call them,
they're
cyborg.
they're human because mom gave birth to them.
Nah, they not human. They cyborgs. They
The
cyborgs.
Sanji's mom's like she was in the they showed her in the hospital giving
Nah,
birth.
bro. Nah, bro. I don't know how they were created, but they definitely weren't created by. They definitely were created scientific means. Sanji was human, had a human heart. The others, they other than Sanji's sister, the rest of them, they fucking animals.
We got
They
we
have
got
no
we got
heart.
we got two Frankies now.
Nah, but that's my problem, bro. We have a useless Frankie because Frankie get out of service, and you see Queen throw a sword and break the sword in half on Sanji neck. That's a problem.
I thought we was watching Demon
Well,
Slayer.
nah,
I
bro,
was
that's a problem. That's a big problem to me because now Sanji don't take damage. Now Sanji is just eating hits. So Zoro could eat shit, and Sanji can't eat shit no more.
Well, look, if you're
That's a
if Zoro
problem,
if Zoro's your favorite character, this would make me really upset because they're keeping Zoro and Sanji like
bro.
together, like in the same level.
Sanji's eating shit with a broken leg. and Zoro's not eating shit. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, so this is what we're doing. So magically he's a human. He puts on this suit 2 times and becomes an android.
He awakened the
Bro, it's not
dormant.
awakened,
He
bro. They
awakened the
bro,
dormant abilities.
them kids was not them kids was a cyborg.
Look,
This,
look.
this, this,
In all
this,
seriousness, they were all born and experimented on at birth. All
yes,
three of them. But for some reason, Sanji couldn't like he
but
couldn't.
bro,
The experiments
Sanji
didn't
was a
work on him.
failed experiment because the dude said, the old man said, Sanji's human.
Right, right. But it turns out he wasn't a because think about it like this.
That's
Think about
my
it like this. Wait, wait, wait.
problem.
No, 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 no. But think about it like this. His sister is a perfect example of it because his sister was the same way. She's experimented on. She was a project, but she still kept. It's not that they're not human. Is that the sister kept humanity, like she kept personality. She kept. So like Sanji is just like his sister in that sense. Does that make sense? So like his sister is the same way as him. She has the poison, whatever. Like that's her ability. But she didn't lose her humanity in the experimentation like the brothers did. So
That's
Sanji.
bullshit.
So they're just revealing that Sanji's like his sister.
That's bullshit. That's
It's
bullshit.
really,
I
it's
assume
really
Sanji was human, but bro, Oda had to find a way to say, all right, Sanji put the
he's like
suit
his
on.
sister. So what's his sister?
I mean, his bro, but it's the thing. Like, I don't like when we established, bro. We established Sanji was just a normal guy, right? Now, don't get me wrong. He had a flaming foot. I
Well,
guess that's different now.
they never explained the
I guess
flaming
that
stuff.
should you got to be a
I
Lunarian,
thought it was
whatever.
just a strong kick. I didn't think the flames are actual like.
I thought so too, but surprisingly, Sanji's a Lunarian.
I'm still
Sanji's an
trying to. I'm
android,
still trying to understand Red Hawk. I still don't understand that move. But
bro. It's that's filler, bro. That's what we call filler, bro. I don't care about that.
so Luffy can manipulate fire now.
But but now Luffy got
Now
fucking
Luffy ace.
Luffy got ace powers. Cool. Anyways, but nah, bro, that's my problem, bro. Bro, if the problem I have is they called him a failed experiment. They tried on him. He just didn't work out. I don't like how they brought the awakening shit. That's my problem. My problem is you
It's
can't
valid. It's
you
valid.
Sanji's like, nah, this is weird.
This is what
I
bro. How you feel now is how I feel about Big Mom. It's called character homicide. You're just killing the character, bro. Big. They established Big Mom as a goon, like as a murderous, like crazy, like goon, and then put her in situations where she could get hip tossed and they laugh at her. It's like I'm like what? I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing to that
Oh
character? Like
man, that's terrible.
she can hold up what's his name from Whitebeard Marco. She can hold up Marco, but not off him.
That's terrible.
It's character. There, you're just killing the character. So yeah, he's doing that with Sanji now. Hopefully, he don't do that with. If he does it with Zoro, the show might like actually die. Like if
Well, bro, the
because
saving,
Zoro is like the fan favorite. If they do
but
that to Zoro,
but it's this the thing. Like
then it's over.
they can't. What else can you do with Zoro? You'd have to give him a devil fruit, but he don't
No,
want to eat that.
it's about the person that. Well, that's a possibility, but it's about the personality. Like Zoro has been Zoro, you know what I'm saying, for the
The
whole
whole
show.
time.
The
Yeah.
whole everybody Usopp switched up, Nami, Robin, Jembe. Jembe's been kind of consistent, but people have switched up who they are as a person, and that's when you start killing a character. Big Mom is this murderous, treacherous, like crazy ass like warlord, but then like she's in situations where she's not catching bodies, she's like getting defeated. Bro, there's no way Frankie should be able to pull up to Big Mom with confidence. Don't worry, Luffy, I'll take care of her. It's like what?
Well, bro,
Do you know who she is? Like
bro, we might as well
just
let
just
Sanji
off,
take care of her
just
because
yeah,
Sanji
you
can't
might as
die.
well. Yeah,
You
you
might.
might as
Does he have a soul? Like that's my question. You're
bro.
modified. Do you have
They
a
said in
soul?
Germa, all of the brothers, the whole family is human. The only actual person who's not modified is the dad, really. But all the kids have been modified in some way. Sanji's body didn't just he just didn't take the modifications, but apparently he did. It didn't awaken. So that's
Nah,
the
that's
word.
bullshit. That's
That's the word they're
bullshit.
using.
That shit should have
Awaken.
awakened when we was in what's that castle called? The town, the chocolate land, whatever, Big
Oh,
Mom. That should have awakened then.
can't think of the name.
Why
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
why
yeah.
why is it awakening?
Whole cake island.
Why is it awakening in Wano when Sanji had a whole arc? He had a whole arc, and now we're awakening things.
Whole
it,
cake island.
it
Yeah.
took that long to awaken. I'm like, bro,
Oda's like every character is getting 3 arcs dedicated to themselves at separate points. That's what he's doing.
bro, like bro, the only character that I fuck with at this point is Zoro because Zoro got a sword.
Zoro's been
Zoro,
consistent. Yeah, he's been.
Zoro got healed. Zoro putting in work. He don't seem like the sword is messing with him crazy no more. But then again, he's not
What
really doing hockey with it. But
my
it don't
favorite
matter.
character has always been Mihawk, and if they decided to kill Mihawk, like his personality, like I don't know what I would do. So they're touching characters that like people
Bro, I
don't
only
really talk
feel I
about.
only feel more bullshit in the future. I only
Yeah,
feel more bullshit in the
bro, you're
future.
becoming a true One Piece fan. This is the full. Once you get past the hype and this is the full welcome, bro. What you're feeling now, I've been dealing with for the last 5 to 8 years of just basura, and then 10 episodes of absolute brilliance, and then like 40 400 episodes of garbage, and then 20 episodes of brilliance, and then this is One Piece.
Shit needed to end, bro. I don't know how long I can take.
Bro, we have the
Bro,
benefit that we're younger than Oda. So
bro,
hopefully,
I'm waiting till I'm 30. If it's not done by I'm 30, I'm not watching that shit no more. Bro, I'm watching other shit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
what I said.
He got a
If if
30.
if if Luffy don't kill Kaido, I'm going on a long ass break.
Nah, you said you stop. You said you was gonna stop watching the show.
What?
Don't double
What?
back. Don't
What?
double back. You said
What?
on camera, I'm
What?
gonna stop watching the show.
I didn't
Nah,
say how
nah.
long.
I'm gonna keep you. I'm gonna keep you. I'm gonna keep you accountable,
I
bro.
didn't say
I'm
how
gonna keep you
long.
accountable, brother.
I just
Don't worry, brother. I
I
got
didn't,
you. I
I
got you,
didn't
brother.
say.
I'm
Anyway,
gonna
it's
keep you
getting
accountable,
late.
bro. Don't
I think
worry.
it's
Don't
time to wrap
worry.
up the show. Yeah, so
Anyway.
follow us on YouTube, Twitch. Oh wait, we don't do Twitch. We
Yeah,
don't do Twitch, but yeah, follow us on the Wilo
yeah,
links, and then we got
yeah,
the YouTube Divine Departure. You
yeah.
can find full episodes on there. Definitely hit us up on our socials.
We
This
did.
is at Trust0365 for me, and at Juwani for Juwan, and yeah, anything, any last remarks, bro?
I'm gonna keep
Anything you
you
want
accountable,
to?
bro. Don't
No, I
worry.
feel yeah, nah, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
peace out, everybody. Until next time, Divine Departure podcast. Take care.